Hey everybody, week 20, it's your boy T here. Checking in with my people. I was thinking like so back and forth. There's been a lot going on about what to talk about. But I was going through some of this social media stuff and I realized, being on social media and always looking, having one of these things in my hand, really drew me away from things that I used to love to do as a kid or with my kids. It wasn't too long ago that we'd be down at the waterfront all the time, or playing in the dirt, or having a water fight, snowball fight, pushing each other down in the snow. And today it's like when I talk to some kids when I pick up my son from school, or talk to people about what their kids like to do. It's like always like something that has to do with a video game. Not everybody, but I want to play Fortnite, or I want to play Minecraft. And I mean, all this is great in proportion, right? But I think what happens in our society today is like video games are taking over. Screens are taking over. And I was thinking about like what I used to do and what me and my kids used to do together. And it's like, what what was more fun than like picking up one of these, picking up a rock, and throwing it as far as you could into the water at the lake, or, winding up like a pitcher, pretending you're like in the major leagues, throwing strike three to win the World Series, or picking up a bottle of, not a bottle, like a bucket of water, full of water, and throwing it on an unsuspecting cousin, maybe not parent because you might get whooped, or like, friend, and just playing in the dirt, getting dirty, whether it be sliding in the dirt and a game of baseball. Like, man, that was fun. That was fun. I can remember the comfort I felt, being over at my uncle's house, and my uncle Harold, who's turning 75 tomorrow, and we'd be the three of us, me, my uncle Harold, and Rachel would be laying in the bed, and he'll like read a book, like The Velveteen Rabbit, great book. Like, we have all these great opportunities, and it's pretty sad to think that I'm guilty of it too. Like, how fast I'll be to pick up a phone, how fast I'll be to pick up a phone and become so locked on in this thing. I lose touch in the things I used to. I not used to. I still appreciate. It takes some time. Relive your childhood. If you got kids or not, it don't matter. Take some time. No shit. If you're 30, 40 years old and you want to go throw rocks in the lake, go throw rocks in the lake. Like, if you want to go do whatever, go do it. I've fallen short on this a lot. I've fallen short on this a lot, and I think it's time. We're in a simpler time. We're in a time of restrictions. We're in a time where we have to socially distance. We're in a time where we have to wear masks. But even with all of that, we're not in a time where we have to stop living. We're not. We're definitely not in a time where we have to stop living. We may have to be a little bit cautious, but we definitely do not have to stop living. So I also read a quote from Buddha, and apparently Buddha, and it's each morning we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. And I like that. Because if I can find fulfillment in every day, or in most days, in my books, for me, that's a life worth living. That's a life lived. not living hiding behind a screen, living a life in nature with a good balance, you know, because I truly feel that that's where appreciation comes from in life. So that's where I'm at. You know, there's a lot of things been going on, and it's like, man, life's too short not to do these things that I used to love. And I'm 38 years old, and I still love throwing rocks in the water and dumping water over people's heads when it's hot, having a good old water fight, playing in the dirt, playing a game of baseball, whatever it is. You know, I may not be able to play a game of baseball, not just because it's cold, but because team sports are not really allowed. But I got to get outside, got to go enjoy nature and connect with it, you know, because I don't want my brain being zapped by my phone anymore. So, not sure if you got anything out of this message. Not really sure how, you know, what I'm trying to get through, except for live it. Go enjoy. Go find out what life has to offer. And actually take some action in getting up off our butts and going outside. You know, it's beautiful out there. Keep your distance. Keep your mask on. Keep your hands clean. Just don't be touching your face. You know? But enjoy it. We're not locked up. We're just restricted from doing certain things. You know? So we have a life that's meant to be lived. I ask you, for your own sake, for your kids' sake, for your family's sake, go live it. Love y'all. See you in week 21.